What's going on. So right now is when I will address the hot topic live and direct. Lil Durk arrested by U.S. Marshals um, over conspiracy charges, and those conspiracy charges include murder for hire. So it's really not looking good for Lil Durk and his affiliates currently. But we gonna talk about it. It's a lot to cover and a lot that I want to discuss and bring up with y'all because it's a lot that's like circulating around social media regarding the whole situation. Everybody's providing commentary on it with their own spin and twist and their own thoughts about it. And I'm gonna talk to y'all about it. And I'm gonna talk to y'all about certain aspects that I feel like are being overlooked or people are looking at the wrong way or, to say the least. Excuse me, to say the least. What's up, y'all? I'm gonna wait till y'all get on here. I'm gonna wait till y'all hop on, man. See what's going on with y'all. What's shaking? Mm. Let's see who I get on. Let's see how many of y'all I get on here, man. Let's see. What's going on, y'all? Y'all hit the like button as y'all come in. Hit the like button as y'all come in. I appreciate it. It helped the channel out a lot. What's going on, y'all? What's the word? I got on live earlier, but I really didn't address the hot topic that's going on currently. And I'm gonna just talk about it a little bit. I ain't gonna be on here for too long talking about it, but what's going on, y'all? What's the word? What's the word? What's the word? What's up, y'all? What's going on? What's going down? What's going down? Hope everybody feeling all right. We're gonna get into it for a little minute. We're gonna get into it, talk about it for a quick little second. What's shaking, y'all? Ain't nobody saying nothing yet. So I'm gonna wait till people come on in here. It's taking a little minute for people. I know people just getting off work and all of that. So I'm gonna give y'all a little minute for y'all to come in and get settled. From Belfast, Ireland. What's going on? What's going on? Uh Good evening. Good evening. I don't know what time it is in Ireland, but good evening. It's funny, man. My cousin played basketball overseas. The first place he went to play ball is in Ireland. If you new, are you new to the channel? If so, I appreciate you coming. I appreciate you coming on the channel. I appreciate you coming. Okay, got you. Um, how are you? Oh man, I remember you. Yeah, I'm doing well, man. I remember you, man. What's going on from Kenya? I definitely remember you. Yeah. Welcome. I'm glad to see you on here, man. I hope all is well with you, brother. I'm gonna start talking in a minute about the topic at hand. I'm just trying to see how many people I can get in here. Now I'm working in Congo. Back to working. Oh, in Congo. Okay. Got you. Well, I hope all is well, man. I love Kenyan and Nigerian food. Oh, y'all eat a lot of Kenyan and Nigerian food in Ireland? So yeah, bro, I'm good, all good. I'm glad to hear you well, man. I'm glad to hear you well. Yep. I'm trying. I'm just like I said. I'm waiting for a few more people to get in, and then I'll start talking about the topic at hand. Got a friend taught me how to cook the fufu. Oh, okay, got you. I see. I see. Man, my cousin, like I said, my cousin, his first place he played over in Ireland. I mean, first place he played professional ball out of college was Ireland. He played for a team called the UCC Demons. I don't know where that is or where I gotta ask him where that team was located. But you know, I'll do that when I get the chance to. What's up, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? Man, I'm trying to see how many people I can get on. Yeah, they play in Cork. Okay. Cork, got you. Yeah, my cousin played for that team in 2008. 2008. Right down south. Okay. Yep. That was the first place that he played. And he had a great time over there. They won a lot of games. You know, I remember, you know, me looking him up on Google and stuff when he was playing over there. But he had a good time. He had a girlfriend from Ireland. He's no longer with the girl, but he had a girlfriend from Ireland when he played out there. And he brought her to Chicago, actually. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Can't get any further south in Ireland really than Cork. It's a great place. Okay. Got you. Got you. Have you been to America before? Uh what's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? Hit the like button for me as y'all come in. It helps this channel out a lot. So I appreciate it if y'all hit that like button for me. It helps the channel out a whole lot, y'all. I've been to Florida, Key West, Boca Raton. Got you. Been to Florida. Did you enjoy it? It's hot. Florida gets really hot. It's nice though. Nice. It's nice. I've been to Disney a lot in Orlando. Athletic Mind, what's going on, boss? How you feeling? He say salute. That's what Darvin Ham was saying in the huddle. Salute. Go hard on them dudes. Salute. 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 What's up, boss? How you feeling though, man? Uh but yeah, all right, y'all. What's going on, man? So as y'all know, Lil Durk has been arrested by U.S. Marshals. This happened last night. Last night he got arrested by U.S. Marshals. Um, my dad. I think my dad accidentally called me. So yeah. Earlier, I think earlier that day, some affiliates, like 5 affiliates of his, got arrested first, and then he got arrested later on that night. More news is coming out by the hour about the whole entire situation, but he was arrested over murder for hire charges, conspiracy to commit murder for hire. And this is allegedly attached to the shooting of the unaliving of Lil Pop, who is the cousin of Quando Rondo. Okay, Quando Rondo is an individual that was involved in the situation where King Von lost his life. King Von is Lil Durk's close friend and a rapper under his record label. And so they were saying that this was retaliation. The unaliving of Lil Pop was retaliation for King Von's death, right? And so they're saying that the individuals who were indicated in the shooting or the murder, they use credit cards and they use credit cards to book flights and to pay for car rentals while they were in California doing what they did. And so that's how they're attaching it to Lil Durk. Now that's not the only thing they say they have on Durk in general. They said that one of the individuals in Lil Durk's crew was wearing a wire. That's what is being alleged. That's what is being alleged. One of the individuals was wearing a wire for a couple of years, right? Now I don't know if this is exactly true, if this is the person who was wearing it or not, but they saying is one of the dudes that Dirk, used to be with shouting out in the songs. The guy did 12 years in jail, and they saying ever since he's been out, he's been wearing a wire. And so, with that being said, if they got a wire, oh man, it's a lot they didn't heard. Well, but first of all, I knew they had to have more than just him. They used the credit cards because when the federal agents get involved, U.S. Marshals and all that stuff get involved, when feds get involved in general, they normally have enough to make some stuff stick. They have a nice amount to get you on. So now it's all about, how much can the lawyers try to fight, and this is a lot going on. Because now it's saying that Dirk tried to leave the country at some point, booked several flights to try to trick law enforcement and then try to get out of here. But now, if they had a wire, they knew what flight he was getting on. So then they saying now I'm hearing that he's been reaching out, contacting people, like, telling them about their possible participation in the investigation. They said there've been some threats made about how they should not participate and calling people, trying to get them not to participate in the investigation, etc. So yeah, it's a lot, man. It's a lot. It's a lot. Now I will say this. What's crazy is, like I said, all of this stuff comes. And they always say when feds come for people, it comes when they least expect it. Like when they're just, chilling and they like, you're doing good, everything going straight for you. Cause he had just got his record wiped clean about a month or two ago, right? He been doing concerts. He just did a concert in Chicago like last week. And at that concert, put up the faces of all the individuals that lost their life in Chicago violence and all that. And so some people feel like, oh man, is he turning a new leaf? Is he turning a new leaf? And then you have some people that feel like that was done because he knew what was coming and was trying to clean up his image before all this stuff happened. So some people say he turned Muslim because of this, but he been Muslim for a while though. Ever since his father got out of prison. His dad got out of prison like 2018-ish, something like that, 2017, 2018. His dad was in jail for like 20-something years. And so his father got out of prison. And then, with his father being a Muslim, he converted to the Islamic faith. But yeah, it's crazy. It's looking crazy. It is looking crazy, and it's not looking good at all. It's like I said, bro, why did Von punch on Quando? That's why all this happening. But either way, Von would have went to jail for that shooting in Atlanta, so inevitably imprisonment was in his future. I don't even know. And you know what's crazy? He had a much better chance with that situation in Atlanta than here, right? Because this is another level. But I'm gonna say this, man. But you said, why did Von? Yeah, none of this, all of this whole situation. Yeah, only had a hand. They didn't see, they didn't hear nothing, none of that. They didn't hear nothing, didn't have no face, nothing. It just only saw a hand. But now this situation right here, if you got wires on him and hear him saying stuff, you got close affiliates of his that are really, really close to him, actually carrying out certain things. Oh, they gonna try to make it stick. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna say this too, like you said, will you wish none of this, all of this, you wish the stuff and never happened in Atlanta and Georgia and all that, because it feel like it's a domino effect from what happened with King Von. But I can also say this too. I can't just because everybody like, yo, this is Von's fault, but every man got a mind for themselves. They got their own mind, and so you know, I can't say, oh, this is on Von because everybody, even when things happen, uh, a man can control how he responds to adversity, responds to situations when things go south. You're responsible for how you respond to it, and unfortunately, it looks like they responded. That's what it's looking like. They responded in retaliation. They had a retaliation type mindset, and that comes with gang culture. And so when people say, "Well, I think Durk and them felt the pressure," of people saying slap for Von," and that's why a lot of this stuff was done because of the pressure from the fans and the trolls. And no, bro, no, y'all. Gang lifestyle, it perpetuates retaliation. It perpetuates a revenge type lifestyle. So all of the fans could have been telling him and all his, his crew, y'all good, don't worry about it, just keep getting y'all money, woo woo. Probably somebody more in that crew more than likely was going to do something about what happened. Somebody. I ain't saying they got to be him, but somebody was going to do something. Because that is gang life perpetuates revenge. And that's the bottom line. But it's very unfortunate, one, because Durk has like about seven children, seven or eight, like seven children. And he also takes care of his brothers, his deceased brothers, two children, right? He's the breadwinner for his family, not just his family, but family, families of his friends. And he employs a lot of people. And so when he is no longer around, it's a lot of people can't get the finance goes out of the window. That gang lifestyle in California, Illinois, potent, yeah, very potent, very potent, very potent. That's why when people say, "Yo," because I saw some people like, "Yo, if he get locked up and these drill rappers start getting locked up, will the streets of Chicago, get cleaned up? Will the hoods of Chicago get cleaned up?" And I'm like, man, a drill rapper going to jail not going to change anything, because I tell people, like, gang culture is embedded in Chicago. Like, gang culture been prevalent since my grandfather was an adolescent. My grandfather is in his early 70s. You know what I'm saying? So gang culture been a thing in Chicago since he was a kid. I'm talking about not a teenager, 10, 11. Gang culture been prominent in Chicago for the longest of time. I just think drill culture put another magnifying glass on it, but it always been here. And when you have gang culture present in certain areas, you know what I mean? It's going to be certain things that come with that lifestyle. It's going to be certain elements that come with gang culture where, gang culture involves violence. It involves the selling of narcotics, etc. You see him getting out anytime soon? I don't know, bro, because they look like they facing. They look like they facing. They said like minimum 30 years if they get convicted, and also I'm from what I saw, it said death penalty. I don't know, possible death penalty to minimum 30 years in prison. I don't know. He got to have some amazing lawyers, because the Fed's conviction rate is up there. Their conviction rate is extremely high. It's going to take some amazing lawyers to really, really come through and do the job for him. Now, I will say this about Durk. I've seen him get out of a lot of situations with great lawyers. I've seen him get out because he didn't had gun cases before. He didn't went to jail for the situation with King Von before. But this is a whole different ball game when you're dealing with Fed. So, you just got to see how that goes. Are there any Bloods and Crips in Chicago? No, ain't no Bloods and Crips here, bro. None. All the gangs here are just Chicago-based gangs. So it's gonna be GD, BD, Vice Lord, uh, Blackstone, Latin King. You know what I mean? It's just all of it's just regular Chicago gangs just here. Um, you know, I think I'm gonna be real with you. I think it would be a lot of pushback if any other like gang from outside were like to try to come to Chicago, like come if they try to bring any other culture of gang culture here, because you know, uh, the gang culture has already been set in stone here, and so yeah, yeah, nah, no Bloods and Crips in Chicago, just Chicago gangs. Um, but yeah, it's really crazy. It's crazy, but yeah, we got GDs out in New York, but no BD. Only BD we got is famous. Famous Richard live in New York now. I didn't even know that. Yeah, I know y'all. I know y'all had GDs in New York because I saw certain rappers saying a certain phrase that's disrespectful to the GDs that I won't indicate on this, that I won't say on this channel's live stream. But yeah, I've heard like what's the boy name? Fabio Foreign in the song with King Von, he said a certain phrase that people who are not fans of the GDs say. And that's when I said, wow, they got GDs in New York. I didn't even know that, man. I didn't know y'all had them gangs in New York. Oh, let me say this too, man. I'm about to make a video on my Patreon, the first video. I'm about to tell a story that I cannot tell on YouTube because I don't want to get demonetized. But I'm gonna upload that story for y'all tonight. So when it goes up, I'm gonna when it goes up on the Patreon, I'm gonna put the link in the community tab for y'all to listen to the story and all of that, and then it's a link for y'all for a subscription. But I'm gonna tell that story today, but I can't tell it on YouTube, so I'm gonna make it available on Patreon for y'all to listen to. It's very hilarious, very funny, very crazy, very wild, you know what I'm saying? But I can't tell it on here because I don't want to risk demonetization. In order for me to tell the story correctly, I might have to say some stuff that YouTube might have like restrictions against, or they might try to limit my monetization, and I don't got time for that. If I'm gonna tell a story like that, I don't need my monetization being limited or prohibited. So I'm gonna take that conversation to Patreon. I mean, Illinois gang culture is just in real life Omar with morals off. It ain't even about the money or the drugs. It's about the right. It's not about drugs or money. It's really about just reputation and image for being this, that, and the third. Because a lot of the biggest, you know, the biggest goons in Chicago is a lot of, especially the young ones. They ain't rich. Or they ain't got a whole lot. They just got fear. They have people who are afraid of them, and unfortunately, fear gains respect in certain areas and communities, But yeah, gang culture always been prominent here. That's why I tell people that Ben Wilson documentary, Benji, the 30 for 30 on ESPN. When Ben Wilson had his life taken from him, he was like the 900th murder in the city of Chicago that year. Now the numbers are down compared to those numbers. The numbers now are down compared to those numbers. Probably get like 600, 500 something, 500 something murders, which is still a lot. But compared to 900 and something in the 80s, in the 90s, it's a drop, a significant drop. But unfortunately, why is it still like looked at with such a magnifying glass is because of the music that's coming out of the city, and also due to the fact that it's a lot of kids involved in these type of situations. These are like young kids, 15, 14, doing a lot of this crazy, wild, heinous stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it feels different when you got young kids doing stuff like this, like 14 years old, like 14-year-olds shooting and all that. That's when it gets crazy. It's always crazy, but when you got little kids like that, it just feels completely different. But yeah, man, I was trying to when I was talking about people saying stuff like, oh, you know, yeah, like basically, oh, he let the people get to him. I'm like, nah, that retaliation, gangs perpetuate retaliation. So unfortunately, this might have happened regardless if the fans was saying, "Oh, you ain't slide for Vaughn," unless regardless of them saying that or not, right? But yeah, man, it's very very crazy, man. Now again, you got a lot of details probably is going to come out in the next few days. You're going to be hearing a lot of new stuff that's being discussed. Everything new, probably situations are going to be explained. How they figured out how to connect him. You're gonna hear a lot of that now. They're gonna talk about conversations that were had, stuff that they heard said, etc. And it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be wild. And then it's a similar situation like Young Thug. And so, yeah, man, my message to a lot of the young kids out here, please be a square. It's much safer to be a square, stay in your own lane, go to school. You know, if you watch sports, you play sports, watch sports. You know what I'm saying? Kick it with, hang with your girl or something like that you like, whatever. But be cool and stay put up, man. Cause street life ain't nothing guaranteed in street life but an early grave and jail time. Hard jail time. Not 2-3 years, hard jail time is that is the outcome for a lot of people who get caught up in gang activity. So a lot of y'all, man, like this, just go the right way, stay the right way, and don't feel pressured to be something that you're not. Because again, we see the tales of a lot of these guys in the street. They all, for the most part, end up in the same place. A lot of them go to jail for a long, long time. A lot of them face death. And we've seen it with this situation. Everybody involved in this situation, something crazy going on. Young boy fighting charges. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Durk fighting charges. Vaughn ended up losing his life, but he was gonna be fighting some charges, you know? It's crazy. Y'all don't want to end up like Lil Durk. Yeah, man, he wilding. He wilding. But stuff like that to me, that don't start in prison. That's something you've been doing. Or you've been wanting to do. You just in the area where you feel like you can get away with doing it, nobody might not see you. Because none of that footage was supposed to come out on Lil J. None of that was supposed to, because around that time, everybody's jail footage just started making its way around the internet. All of the drill rappers, they moments in jail, all they stuff just started circulating. The drill rappers and like street dudes, all they footage started going around, and Lil J's footage popped up. Him doing all type of crazy stuff on them. You know, Kendrick was right. The party is done. Yeah. Because he spoke about making a new life for kids in a better environment, a better hip hop culture for a lot of the youth and all of that. And yeah, you're right. The party of violence and stuff is trying to end. If you watch the Durk bash, he seemed sober as if he knew it. He probably knew it was coming. He probably did. I wouldn't doubt that he knew it was coming. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't doubt it. I just don't think he knew that they had no wire and nothing like that on them. But I think he knew it was coming, though. You know what I'm saying? So that's why he put up the pictures of all the fallen dudes on both sides, I think, because I feel like he could feel, something was bound to happen. And I just seen J Mane up in that interviewing Duty Low and all that, man. He seemed somber. Oh, somber. Got you. You excited for the Tyler album Monday? Man, I didn't even know a Tyler album was coming, bro. But my daughter probably gonna talk about it with me. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna see how the album sound. I'm definitely gonna see. I didn't even know an album was coming though, Leo. I appreciate you telling me. We gonna check it out, man. I'm gonna tell you what I think about it. My little man birthday though coming up. So I really been consumed in that, trying to get him prepared for his birthday and all of that, and trying to get get his gifts and make sure everything is all situated. Getting his haircut on Monday, trying to get him back faded out right. We're gonna be with the family, all of that, man, to celebrate my little man. So it's exciting. It's gonna be a good week. I'm excited. It's exciting for my son. It's exciting for my family all in general. So yeah, we just want to celebrate my boy the right way. They said it's gonna have Frank, Earl Sweatshirt, Kendrick, and Sexy Red on it. Oh wow. Okay, we're gonna see how that sound, man. We're gonna see how that sound. Like I said, my daughter's a fan of Frank. Oh, not Frank Ocean. She is a fan of Frank Ocean too, but Tyler the Creator. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see what it sound like. I think I didn't want to put up with Stacey Red. I legit thought Pound Town was a Chappelle song. It sounds like something Dave Chappelle would have on there. It does. I do not like that song, but yeah. Well, I seen Stacey Red on wrestling, WWE, talking to Randy Orton about St. Louis and they St. Louis roots. I was like, damn, what is going on? But wrestling, if you're a celebrity with a name and you buzzing, they'll put you on there now to sell them ratings now. Triple H did learn that from Vince McMahon. Whatever we got to do for the ratings. If having her on here gonna boost the ratings, damn it, so be it. Can't listen to that for the same reason I can't listen to two. Nah, I hear you, bro. I hear you. Oh man. Yeah, but yeah, this Lil Durk situation is crazy. And salute fan Lil Durk is gone. Sure, but yeah, it's crazy. It's wild, man. Like I say, when feds come though, they normally got a nice amount of evidence on you. They normally got some good enough stuff to try to make something stick. He's telling me, man, India soon be back on the market. Man, listen. If she be doing some stuff, it ain't gonna be publicly, I don't think. I think it's gonna be behind closed doors. Cause he's still gonna be having her money, making sure she's straight and taken care of and all of that. So if she gonna do something, she'll be on the market privately, behind closed doors. That's what a lot of women do when they do some serious time. They be on the market on the low. On the low, 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 not publicly. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, like I said, I just was saying, is Dirk really celebrating? Yeah, he is celebrating in Chicago, bro. He definitely is, bro. Dirk get a ton of spins in Chicago specifically. Oh, he celebrated a lot from the radio, from the mayor, all of that. Like, man, basketball game, football game. Dirk was just at the Bears game in London. I know some guys who like Dirk more than that's a fact. That's a fact. Dirk is a lot of guys that like Dirk more than Future, especially, you know what I'm saying? Because Dirk been on the wave. He been away for a minute, man. So, and I feel like a lot of people were attached to that Chicago drill scene, and Dirk has been the standout artist of that drill scene that has continued to give major releases and still be still make hit records that get spins that are like, Dirk still collaborating with big time. He was collaborating with big time artists. His name was really at the top of, the rap hierarchy. So Dirk get a lot of love, a ton of love in Chicago. He said Dirk the king of Chi-Town. Now I'm gonna be for real. Like now, you gonna have some people that gonna say Kanye, Common, and all of that. But for the younger crowd of people, I would say for the kids in their 30s, I mean, for the kids in their 20s and 30s, a lot of them, or early 30s, 32 and below. Yeah, a lot of them look like Durk. Look at Durk as the head of the Chicago scene. But then you got people that's 35 plus that look at Kanye, Lupe. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to make peace with his out, but got told on. Yeah, that's an unfortunate part that come with the street game. Playing in the streets, man, is people that's gonna tell on you. And sometimes it come from people that you least expect. But like I'm gonna be for real with y'all. Like, I don't put nothing past nobody because I didn't see some men do some of the foulest stuff to their friends. Like, I'm not on some street stuff. I'm talking about, like, I didn't see best friends try to talk to their best friend girlfriend on the low, their best friend baby mama. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see dudes go to jail and they men try to talk to their girlfriend while they locked up. So when I know it's men out here that move like that, like, I don't put nothing past nobody because you never know. How do you think this will affect his legacy? Now, if he gets out of the situation, I don't believe he will be back. Like them, like the Bears and all of that, and the Bulls, they not gonna be highlighting him when he comes to these games and stuff like that no more. If he gets out of this some way somehow, and I don't think he will be given a certain platform anymore with these type of things, allegations on his name. So yeah, that's the thing. I don't think he'll be not street credibility. I seen Boosie. Boosie was on death row, and Boosie now, like, he still got that aura around him, especially with him making it out of that situation. It adds to street credibility and now all of that, and image as an artist. But as far as his mainstream look, yeah, that will be affected because Durk was doing stuff with mayors and stuff. You know what I'm saying? He was on an elevated platform. Like, he was on all type of, he was doing a lot of different stuff that a regular drill rapper would not be associated with. And because I think Durk wanted that Snoop Dogg type appeal amongst the community where, like, Snoop, like, Snoop can do anything. Snoop will go do stuff with Martha Stewart, with the Olympics. He will be hosting reality shows and game shows, and he will be having a children's book come out one minute. I think Durk wanted that appeal. But I don't know if that appeal is going to stay with all this stuff going on with him. He said, Anthony Williams said, what up, man? Passing through live channels. Peace in the neighborhood. What's up, Anthony Williams, bro? I appreciate you. You new to the channel, I'm assuming. What's up, boss? I'm glad to have you here. You're right. Snoop did have a body. He did, and he still was able to. Still, after that, he still was able to make a name for himself. You're right. I don't know. We'll see. You're right. Do you think Durk can beat this? I don't know. Is it kinda? I'm not sure. Man. Feds have a Feds have a 98 conviction rate. Yeah. You're right. You know what I'm saying? So, feds they have a super high conviction rate. I don't know. Yeah, like you said, if they got wiretaps on them, oh man, that's crazy. That's what make it bad. If all they had was, hey, some stuff, flights was bought with his credit cards, I think he could have beaten that. Like, oh, I get all my people to my artists on my record labels, they have access to the credit cards. What they want to do this, that, and the third. And that would have been cool. But when they got wiretaps on him saying actual things and all of that, that's a whole nother level. But yeah, Boosie was on death row, but maybe Pancho Villa is. I'm assuming I'm gonna take your word for it. Nobody told on him, so he was cold. But even gang affiliated rappers from California don't get into ish like that. YG or Blood, Dempsey with Chris. Yeah, but I'm gonna say this, Leo. I'm gonna be for real with you, bro. I don't know how true this is, but like I'm gonna say this, man. Chicago dudes are willing to crash out a lot more than a lot of certain other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a badge of honor either. My sister live in LA, right? She live in LA. My sister came back to Chicago, and we went to go on a place called Italian Fiesta Pizza. We on 80th and Halsted. It's a famous pizza spot. It's hood as hell over there though, right? While we waiting in the line, dudes in there getting aggressive as hell with the people behind the counter. Ma's in there agitated, cussing woo woo. And my sister, like, she tells me, this is crazy. She like, you will never see nothing like this in LA. People just got a lot more different manners out in LA. Even when they gang banging, it's a different set of manners attached to them. I'm not saying people in LA California won't crash out either. I'm not saying that. But she was saying it was a different type of decorum associated with LA type street stuff different than Chicago. So I don't know though, because I don't know to be sure, because I'm not from LA. I never even been out there. My sister live out there, and I've never even been out there. But I don't know. I really don't know. But also YG and them probably like, hey, they don't want to get too tied into nothing too crazy because they trying to make their money and do their thing. Top was a stick up, man. And I'm gonna say this too, man. I feel like drill rappers in particular have had a different type of target on them due to like the stuff that they rapped about in songs and music. You've had other incidents associated with these drill rappers already, where feds could be keeping an eye on certain rappers and all of that too. You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole nother thing that go with that as well. Also, I'm gonna remind y'all again, man. I'm putting my first Patreon video up today, so y'all be on the lookout for that. Y'all, if y'all want to see some exclusive content, y'all subscribe to my Patreon channel. Like I said, Patreon, I talk about all different type of stuff that I can't talk about. That I can't talk about on YouTube, so I will talk about it on Patreon, because I don't want to get demonetized on here. So I got a story that I cannot talk about on YouTube because I just don't want to risk it with what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? And how I say it on here versus on Patreon. Patreon, I'm in the clear. So it's crazy in LA, but when it's about money, let's get it. I get you. Yep. What would Pac say about rappers nowadays, and who you think he would collab with? You know what? I don't know, man, because to be honest with you, Anthony, for as much knowledge as Pac had, he still had an affinity for street dudes and like to be around them. So I would like to think that Pac at 40 some years old would have had a way different mindset. He would have been on some time like Method Man, making music with your homies, but staying out the way and just acting, making music. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you, Poncho, man. It mean a lot to me, man. Subscribing to the Patreon. That mean a lot, brother. What would Pot say about rapping? Yeah, but I think he would have collabed with like a Nipsey Hussle, Kendrick Lamar. I can see him collaborating with like an Absol, J-Rock. I could see him collaborating with I'm trying to think of some other younger cats. Probably a YG or yeah, I think he would La Russell, stuff like that, individuals like that. Yeah. Pac, Nas would have been legendary. Yeah, Pac and Nas on the track for sure. Matter of fact, Nas had Durk on one of his albums recently, actually. And I remember when I saw that, I was like, what? Nas out here listening to Durk. Like I said, as a young man from Chicago, seeing like legendary rappers, some of my favorite rappers embrace the Chicago young rappers, that was just like crazy to me to see. You know what I'm saying? Even seeing Common put Herb in them on the album, Dreezy on the album, Nas saying he listened to Durk, having Durk on his album, that was just crazy because, again, being from Chicago, I never knew what type of music scene we would really have, you know? Durk really got caught up. Yeah, he did. He did. Yep. He did, man. He did. His Durk Nas. Yeah, Durk got a song with Nas. Yeah. So, yeah. I remember in Durk, beginning stages of Durk career, even when rappers who were gaining steam and had a lot of momentum like Wale Wale collab with Durk on a song called Represent. And Joel Santana and Jim Jones did a song with Durk called Both Sides, Same Side, something like that. EPMD and KRS-One. One of your faves, I got you. That's my uncle now, man. My uncle love KRS-One, EPMD, and the God MC Rakim. That's my uncle. My uncle love them. I'm gonna have my uncle on the channel too. I talked to my uncle the other day, man. We gonna do a virtual interview with my uncle. My uncle, Chicago dude through and through. Been through a lot of trials and tribulations, all type of, have been through a lot of different stuff. So we're gonna have him on. KRS-One. Yeah, for sure, for sure. You know? But yeah, man, I'm gonna do that Patreon video, man, so y'all can get a chuckle and a laugh out of one of these crazy stories that I went through in college. Y'all gonna die laughing at it too. KRS-One, King, Big Daddy Kane and Pac, yeah. Shout out Big Daddy Kane, man. The precursor of the grown mature LL Cool J. I'm gonna be spitting that night. Yeah, my uncle, man. My uncle, he didn't live and seen it all. My cousin told me he used to hang out with Durk some years ago. I believe it, man. Durk was all through the city of Chicago, man. Durk got a lot of connections to a lot of hoods in the city. A ton of hoods throughout the city of Chicago. So I guess I remember when Durk first started like gaining traction when he was 18 years old. 17 when he did that I'm a Hitter and all of that. I remember that. Yeah, he got the key. He definitely got the key. Just too long ago. Favorite pot album. I mean, I'm a sound very what's the word I'm looking for? Very I don't know, it's bandwagonish or very like just giving a popular answer anybody would say, but I'm gonna say all eyes on me. 100%. 100%. From the opening track, Ambitions as a Rider. Yeah. King Von sold his soul when he nah, bro. Von was just a street dude, bro. Von was not really a rapper. He made rap music, but that was really who Von was, a street dude to the core of him. Von was doing stuff like y'all seen before people knew who he was as an artist. Nah, he didn't sell his soul. Von was wild, bro. I'm telling you, Fred. Von was a wild dude. Wild dude. That's why he was in jail for the stuff he was in jail for prior to. And the gang banging culture in Chicago, they willing to go to a next level. Lil Durk sold his soul also. I don't know. I don't know about that part. I just know gang culture is it's just very destructive. Von can rap for sure. Which is what I'm saying was that Von really was a street dude who is just a guy that was rapping. He found a knack for rapping, but he was a street dude at the core of him. He was a street dude that just happened to be able to just put some words together very well. If you get what I'm saying. Rapping was not his first, that was not his how would I put this? Rapping became something he just stumbled upon. So yeah. But yeah, All Eyes on Me. You know, that's my favorite Pac album. A lot of these street rappers be bluffing. Vaughn got some fire tracks. Now Vaughn got a lot of dope tracks for sure. Great video on 20 something staying at home. Man, yeah, man, stay at home, man. If you can stay at home with your parents and stack your money, please do. It is rough out here in this world trying to make ends meet, trying to make your money. It is tough. I never knew Master P and No Limit didn't F for Cash Money, even though they from they had issues for a while. For a while. But yeah, life rough, man. If you can stay home and stack, please do it. You know, I don't let nobody make you feel bad about that, bro. Get to your paper. Yeah, and enjoy that luxury, man. Because once you get out into this world and you start like being out and living on my own in this world and having to go through inflation and going through losing my job, being laid off, and all of that, and have these responsibilities, you know what I'm saying, that I have. I got 2 children. I got bills I got to pay. It's stuff that got to be done. I got kids to feed, all of that. And you see how high food is out here. Food's so expensive, you got to window shop in the grocery stores. So if you can stay at home with your parents through your 20s and all of that, please do so. I feel like black people, we the main ones that get shamed for stuff like that. Staying with your people through your 20s and all that. Man, stack. My homie Melvin, he calling me right now. I'm gonna have to hit him back. My homie Melvin live in Hawaii. And Melvin tell me, man, the Hawaiian folks, they be letting their kids stay with them through their 20s, sometimes through their early 30s. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes through they late 30s, letting them stay so they can stack up and buy their own house. Some of the Hawaiian parents, they be like letting they be letting what's the name? My bad. Some of the what I'm about to say, some of the Hawaiians, when they kids get married, they get their kids their house and they move somewhere else. So yeah. Am I a single parent? I mean, I'm a single person, but I wouldn't say a single parent per se. Like his mother, like I could never do it without my children's mother. Like they do. My son and my daughter, their mothers are great mothers, and they do excellent for them. You know what I'm saying? I'm a single person though, but I'm not a single parent per se. Like, cause yeah. But my kids be with me a lot, as you can see, a lot. That puzzle piece necklace fire. Yeah, man. You know my son has an autism diagnosis, so that's why I wear this puzzle piece. Puzzle piece symbolizes, for autism. So I wear it for my son. My son is about to be 4, man. His birthday right around the corner. It's coming up fast. So getting ready to celebrate him and all of that. So I'm having a good time with just reminiscing on my son growing over the years and thinking about you know, all of the years that have passed and how quickly time goes by. Had an Asian coworker making over 110K, still living at home at 29. Yeah, man. For sure. If you can stay home with your people and you can stack up, please do it. It's crazy out here. Do you believe the sports world is fake? I believe some things have been scripted in sports, but you can't fake hitting them shots that them athletes be making though. You know what I'm saying? You can't fake shooting them shots like Steph Curry and them be making and all that type of stuff too, So yeah. I think some stuff may be scripted, but I don't think all of it. No. Man, I feel you time short, especially when you have mouths to feed. Facts. What you was saying? Kelly, what's going on? They took the keys back from Durk. Yeah, they did. Yeah. Sub Mills, but yeah, I saw the Durk news when I woke up. Time on these things be crazy right after this beat. Yeah, he was just at the United Center, just at the UC, man. Yeah, just at the United Center. A lot of people went to the concert, all of that. It was crazy. I saw it at like midnight last night. I'm chilling, watching TV. I saw it. I was gonna hop on last night and talk about it, but I was just like, I'm gonna just wait till tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, You know, the feds wait for a while till they got something to come get you. Now, I appreciate you coming in. Kelly said a little cousin had autism. Oh, rest in peace to your little cousin. Sorry to hear that. Sending my condolences. 2020 Lakers championship was fake after Kobe died. You think they gave it to the Lakers to make up to like appease the fan base after Kobe passed away? What was I doing? I was actually knew exactly where I was at. I was at the movie theater watching Bad Boys for Life, the third Bad Boys movie. I was at the movie theater with my son's mother at the time, my son's mother, my mama, my sister, all us. We was watching the movie, and my boy Melvin called me like 4 times in a row, and I'm wondering like why he keep calling my phone so heavily. When I answer the phone, he hit me and like, yo, you see Kobe Bryant pass away? I'm like, what? You know, in the middle of the movie, what? That was just crazy. Because, you know, you just never, some people, you just expect to be living for a long, long time. Like, it was like when Michael Jackson passed away, you like, never, because you never thought, you know, Michael Jackson was going to pass away at what, 50 years old? That's crazy. Meals goes to show you what happens in your past in the dark will eventually come to light. You never know who's what. Now that's a fact. That's a fact. That's why I said street culture, man. It's always an expiration date to that lifestyle. Do you think that's why Durk turned Muslim king? Nah, man, Durk actually been Muslim for a while, bro. His Durk father is a practicing Muslim. His father did about 26 years in jail. And so Durk father had been in jail since Durk was like 9 months old. He came home in like 2017, 2018, and that's when Durk converted to Islam. And so he had been practicing Islamic faith, the Islamic faith for a while. I think he had been more public about it recently. But in his music and all of that, and you seen pictures of him at the mosque and all of that, that's been going on for a while. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I think now, I do believe he knew something was up, though. Yeah, I do believe he knew something was up. I do believe that for sure. Yeah, the street stuff got an expiration date, man. Like I told y'all, I'm gonna have my uncles them on the channel. You know, I got uncles that did 12 years, 11 years, 10 years in jail, cousins that did 10 years in jail. You know, it's an expiration date to all of that, man. At some point, you're gonna get caught for a lot of the stuff you're doing. At some point, you could also lose your life, you know, because the streets is full of snakes. It's not everybody ain't loyal and walking on the right accord. Everybody ain't, you know, super ultra loyal to the bone gristle. That's why a lot of the heinous stuff be happening in the street. You know what I mean? It's just the streets filled with snakes. So at some point, you know, you never know, somebody might tell on you, somebody close to you. That's unfortunately that's what come with that lifestyle. I knew it when I seen street dudes get locked up and they mans try to talk to their old lady. As soon as they get locked up, they mans try to talk to their old lady, their girlfriend. You feel me? They mans try to talk to their baby mama. As soon as the dude get locked up, right? I saw that. You know, that's when you know dudes is savages and they not really upright peoples. You know what I'm saying? So in a crew of street dudes, it could be some dudes it'd be a few guys that's really, really live a certain code and they stick to that code and they stick to that. But everybody ain't gonna abide by that code. You know what I'm saying? They have the no snitch code. Yeah, they have that code, but a lot of people be telling. You know, you find out, and if you a dude that's known to have a reputation to unalive men, they definitely tell. Because a lot of people still be scared of them, even though they know they told. Look at Alpo. Alpo had a reputation. He told on a lot of people, a lot of folks, and they wasn't a lot. It took a while for people to do something to him. He walking around Harlem like it wasn't nothing. After he didn't off this person, he off that person, and told on that person, because they knew he still had a reputation for unaliving people. So that's why he told with no fear. Because he like, yo, what they finna do to me? What is they finna do? They still gonna have to get up with me, and a lot of them was afraid to get up with him, even if they felt away. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. The dudes that had a reputation for taking dudes out of here, sometimes they could be the most dangerous because they'll tell and they come home and dare you to do something. And they know you may not be willing to take it to where they willing to take it to. You know? So unfortunately, you say, yo, Mill, I see you're an educated guy being from Chicago and made you choose that path from a crazy environment. Yeah, so what made me choose that path was, my upbringing, my family. So, my mama was a single mother, but my father was always in my life. She was a single woman while I was growing up. She wasn't with my father in a romantic relationship, because they broke up when I was like 4. So throughout my life, most of my life, my mother and father were not together. My mother and father split up when I was about 4 years old, like I said. So even though I wasn't in the same household with my mama and my daddy, my father was always there. I would go to his house for weeks at a time. You know what I'm saying? Like, my dad would call me all the time. I'll go to his house on the weekend. Sometimes I'll go over there for the weeks. And my parents didn't play with me like that. You feel me? Like, my mama, I had a mama that moms in the hood was scared of. You couldn't play with my mama like that. And she knew that some of the dudes that was the wildest dudes in the hood would not be acting wild when my mama was around. Because I had a mama that put fear in boy, we was scared of my mama. You feel me? Like, some people wasn't scared of their mamas. So they just wilding out, right? But I was scared of my father too. And so I was too embarrassed to wild out and do crazy stuff because I knew, oh man, my mama and my father gonna find this out. And so they raised me to be a leader. So my mama and them, man, like I told y'all, my mama didn't even let me. I remember when Allen Iverson was having the braids was popping. I wanted to get braids. My mama told me no, because she never wanted me to get because she said, if you got them braids in your head and everybody else in the hood got these braids, people can pick you out just to pick you out and say you did something because you got braids in your head like everybody else on the block, right? My father would have never let me be wilding out here. You know what I'm saying? So although I was growing up in the same hoods as like I grew up in the same type of hoods Chief Keef, Lil Durk and them come from. I grew up in them same type of environments. In my house, at the center was love. You feel me? And I knew like it was certain things I could not do. My father wasn't no street dude. My father was a man that made a living and took care of his people. Nor was he accepting of no street stuff. So, I had a dude that the guy that I was looking up to, the man I was looking up to, my father, he wasn't out here wilding out in the streets and all of that. So I had a good example. And my cousin, I had a cousin that went Division I for basketball at West Virginia. You know what I'm saying? I had my older brother that played football, starting linebacker at Morgan Park High School. So I had a lot of positive examples around me, even though we was growing up in rough environments. So like I never felt attached to the negative stuff. You feel me? And I just knew this was never for me. Like, I never wanted to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? I never wanted to be away from my people. I never wanted to do that stuff. So yeah, but I would say my people really kept their hands on me. Yeah, my people kept their hands on me for sure. My mom and my pops weren't going for that. Your parents are real ones. You did great by obeying their law. Nah, I appreciate it, bro. Yeah, man, my people and them, they set a foundation for me and my siblings to follow that we didn't stray from because, shit, they wasn't going for that. So, yeah, okay, Hood, Flex, Alexander, cameo character, Money Train. I can't believe this dirt stuff, man, just got home from seeing all this stuff. Yeah, it's crazy, man. But this is what happened too. Like, unfortunately, again, I went to school with Mimo 600. Y'all, I don't even know if y'all know who that is. Some of y'all may not even know who that is. A drill rapper. His name is also Melvin, like my homeboy name, but it's not the same Melvin that I be telling y'all about. But I went to school with dudes that was BDs and GDs and all of that. You know what I'm saying? I went to school with dudes that was from Ada Park. Ada Park is the neighborhood King Von's father's from. Ada Park, right? My daughter's mother was from Ada Park for real. So, I was over there in them areas, but yeah, I always knew who I am as a person. I was never no dude. I knew I wasn't no street dude. I stayed in my lane. I knew that I always was into the, I knew I was into the books. I was into girls, I was into the books, I was into sports, and that was it. You know what I'm saying? And nice little cool clothes and stuff like that. That was it. I wasn't into that other stuff. Bro, LeBron has the biggest choke job in the history of NBA Finals again. Nah, I would say the biggest choke job too would have to belong to the Golden State Warriors after going up 3-1. I think they tied. Now, I would say that the Lakers, LeBron them should have won that series. That was a choke job for sure. And LeBron, my boy, that was a choke job for sure. But I would also say that Golden State going up 3-1 and losing the 3-1 lead, that was crazy. You watched the first father and son duo. I did watch that game, man. I did. It was dope. It was really dope to see that. Them men getting on the court with each other. Mills, you the last of a dying breed. I appreciate it, bro. Look, man, so to be honest, I'd be ashamed seeing this stuff going on in hip hop culture. Diddy, Durk. Yeah, it gives them more of a reason to clown and discredit. Now, that's a fact, because now they're going to say hip hop culture is to blame. You're right. You're right, Juice. That's a great point. You're gonna have a hip hop culture. They're gonna blame hip hop culture. You're right. So it is disheartening to see that, because now the music that me and you grew up loving, the music that we grew up attached to, is crazy. Durk just had a birthday and I was waiting for his new album next month. Oh, hey, the album probably still coming though, bro. The Ruler's Back. I'm sure he knew this was coming. Probably found out at the last minute, because I think after he got locked up, it still was promotion for the album on his Instagram story, bro. So the album's still coming, I believe, you know? Yeah. Now, again, it's unfortunate that he's in that situation, though. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. You remember when 6ix9ine visited O Block? Yeah, 6ix9ine was at the Harold's Chicken that my people go to, too. That was very crazy and wild. Hold on, y'all. Rap is bad. Nah, rap is not bad for society, because Kendrick Lamar music ain't bad for society. That's rap. J. Cole music ain't bad for society. That's rap. You know what I'm saying? Wale music ain't bad for society. That's rap. Lupe Fiasco music not bad for society. That's rap. You know what I'm saying? Rhapsody music ain't bad for society. That's rap. Chance the Rapper, you know what I mean? Like, it's what you choose to consume. But hip hop music is not all bad and negative. You know what I'm saying? Now, drill and gangster rap, that's different. But you just said rap, though. Who's your celebrity lookalike? Miss A always called me Flex. Flex Alexander, Flex Washington from 101. I'll be getting called that since I was a kid. So, yeah. Let's see. Somebody else asked me, have I ever had the cops F with me for no reason? For sure. 100%. In Chicago and when I was in college in Arkansas. Had them mess with me for no reason on 2 different occasions. So all y'all too, I appreciate it if y'all hit the like button for me. Hit the like button as y'all come in. I want to tell y'all this too. So tonight I'm dropping I'm dead serious. I'm dropping a video on Patreon, my first Patreon video. It's a story, right? But I cannot tell this story on YouTube because I don't want to risk them demonetizing me, right? And so, because the way I tell a story and how I tell it, it could very well get demonetized on YouTube. So I'm gonna put yeah, you gotta go, John, talking that crazy talk. I'm gonna put I appreciate you, Cold Truth. I'm gonna put the story on my bad, I'm stuttering. I'm gonna put the story on Patreon. I appreciate the subscription, boss. I appreciate the subscription. Yeah, but I'm telling you right now, I'm just letting you know, LeBron James my favorite player. So I seen you coming in with the LeBron ain't this. I'm just telling you right now. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got blocked. Well, because the dude talking about he can't. I'm telling him right now, just so he know, like, you know what I'm saying? And the Lakers do play tonight. I'm just telling him right now. I blocked dude because he came in talking about you would be a pretty woman. You got to go, brother. When you come in talking crazy like that, you would be a pretty woman. It's cutoff time. You hear me? Now, stuff like that, them type of responses is gonna have to do with the story I'm finna tell y'all on Patreon. That type of response actually is crazy. Coincidentally, ties into the story that I'm gonna tell y'all on Patreon tonight. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. No, my Patreon subscription is set at like $3 a month. So if you subscribe to the Patreon, it's $3 a month. I ain't trying to kill nobody's pockets. I ain't trying to bust nobody's heads like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's $3 a month. So yeah, it was an instant block. Instant block. I'm not finna be playing with dudes like come on, talking that crazy talk. You got to go. You come talking that crazy stuff over here. But yeah, so it's $3 a month. So I've put it on my in my community tab before, the link to the Patreon. But I'm gonna put it on there. I'm gonna put it on there tonight as well. I'm gonna today. When I get off live stream, I'm gonna put the link to my Patreon and I'm gonna put it in the community tab again, so y'all can like get right to it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get on it, man. I'm gonna get on it, and but it's a funny story. It's funny, but it was very weird for me. The story I'm gonna tell y'all, it's funny when the stuff that happened, but it's weird as hell. Weird, like you know what I'm saying? And I remember it being, hold on. Look, my TV came on. I can turn my TV on. Somebody said he was sick. Yeah, it's funny in retrospect, but I was heated. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all about the whole story. But again, if I tell a story, if I tell it on here, they gonna try to demonetize me. So I gotta talk to y'all how I gotta talk to y'all. So I'm gonna put it on Patreon. LeBron versus Charles, Chuck in his prime. LeBron James. Shout out Chuck, though. Chuck was a dog. Chuck was a dog. I ain't never slighted Chuck. Chuck won MVP. League MVP was 6'4", playing a power forward position. That is crazy. 6'4" playing power forward is ridiculous. Who I got on my parlay, bro? Bro, you know what's funny, man? I don't bet, bro. You feel me? Because I'll be heated losing that money like that, man. And I love sports, but I do not bet. He said LeBron a bomb. Here he go. Now, Cole, true, you starting off on the wrong foot already. Coming over here and cause some chaos. You seen my videos, and he came straight up in here talking about LeBron. I know that what he did. Like, let me see what this. I know what you did. You said, let me see what this man talk about on his channel. He seen them LeBron videos and came right up in here and said LeBron got the biggest choke job. I wasn't even talking about LeBron. I know you went to the channel and seen the content I make. I know that. I looked at the box score of what the Celtics did the other day when they played. Hey, look, I'm telling y'all right now, Jason Tatum probably finna be league MVP. And I told y'all that before the season start, especially due to how Steve Kerr was, how he didn't play. I think MVP would be Jason Tatum or Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis or Jason Tatum. I think this would be the year they win MVP. He said Luka MVP. He might. But if Anthony Davis play like he played the other night with that same defensive effort, you know Anthony, talking about Anthony who? You know that brother from Chicago, Illinois, from around my way. Anthony Davis. And AD really should have won Defensive Player of the Year last year, but that's a whole nother topic for him or Wemby. That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. They keep giving Rudy Gobert he got the same amount of Defensive Player of the Year trophies as Ben Wallace. And no disrespect to Rudy Gobert, but I have never thought of him as defensively as great as Ben Wallace was. But Anthony Davis got to stay healthy. Yeah, he got to stay healthy for sure. He got to stay healthy, 100%. But I don't remember. Did AD get hurt for a long time last year? I don't remember that. Now the Lakers turning the house that Kobe built into the brick house Bronny built. Here y'all go. Now, Zuri, don't do that, because Kobe Bryant was an all-time missed shot leader until LeBron just passed him the other day. And Kobe Bryant played 2 less seasons than LeBron James did, and he still was the all-time leader in missed shots. So they don't do that. Now, he missed 20-some games last year? Okay. I ain't even know. Do you know Odell Lorenz Tate? Nah, Lorenz from the west side of Chicago. So I'm going to tell you this. I went to summer camp with AD, though. I went to summer camp with Anthony Davis. He got a twin sister named Antoinette. My godmother is really close with his mama, Irena. AD used to be at my godmama house when we was kids. AD used to come to my godmama house. AD really from the hood though. AD's a real AD really from the he really from the hood. Inglewood, baby. Inglewood, baby. You feel me? But he just is a really smart kid, very smart. Went to a really smart school, Perspectives, Calumet. Perspective Jocelyn campus. Chicago Perspectives. Very smart kid though. Nah, Antoinette don't got the unibrow. She don't. No. Antoinette's short too. She ain't even as tall as AD. But AD was very smart kid. Very smart kid. You know what I'm saying? But from a hood baby though. From really from the hood though. Real Chicago, Inglewood baby, like D Rose. You know, but he always could hoop though. Always could hoop. What do you think about the rumor that LeBron talking about the rumor? You know that's true. You know what I'm saying? Because he messing with his son on the team. You know what I mean? Mills, how West Side compared to the South Side. I'm gonna say this, man. You know what? I would have to ask my dog Juice to answer that. You know, it's a lot of similarities to be honest with you. A lot of similarities. West Side is smaller than the South Side. It's smaller. A lot of similarities. Some people say out West people more about getting money, and the South Side dudes more just trying to just wild out and crash out. But I don't know. I think Juice could probably tell you a little bit more. Like I had my homie Kiefer on here that played at Marshall. Kiefer was from the South Side, but he went to high school at Marshall. So I really should have asked him really the difference between the two. He could have broke it down for me even better. But yeah. He was one of them tall dudes from the hood. You know what's funny? AD had a growth spurt though. He really wasn't that tall till like his sophomore year for real. He probably like 6'2". He wasn't just naturally just taller than all of us as kids. He was, you know, he had he grew like 8 inches. He grew like 8 inches taller over the summer. He did like a crazy growth spurt. Yeah, Lil Fo, Pappy, West Side. Yeah, Do or Die, Crucial Conflict, Twister, West Side, Lupe Fiasco, West Side, Chicago. What's my man name? Wood Harris, Steve Harris, West Side Chicago. Lorenz Tate, West Side Chicago. A lot of similarities, but South Side gang banging a little harder. I feel the South Side wider and bigger. Yeah, he said they way Pelly's still popping out West for sure. Yup. Yeah, Southside gang bang a little harder for sure. I think we got more gangs, I think, out south than out west. Out south than out west for sure. So Zero, you know, I had Kiefer my homie Kiefer on the channel. You know, Kiefer grew up with Bibby and Bibby brother George. No Limit G Money. That was Kiefer's AAU teammate in elementary school. And George used to be at the house with my homie Kiefer. They from southeast, east side, over east. So Bibby and her from the east side, over east. South, but it's really the south side, southeast. It's really no real east side of Chicago. People in the hood made up an east side. Is southeast, the south side, southeast side of Chicago, which is closer to the lake. You know what I'm saying? So, what do you think of LeBron being affiliated with Team Diddy? He went to a Diddy party, bro. That's it. So honestly, he went to a party, and a lot of people went to parties. Kobe was at the Diddy party too, not even trying to be funny. Like, everybody went to a Diddy party. I just seen Jadakiss talking about how Diddy threw the best parties back in the day. Because it was just, I don't think, it's a difference between the parties and the freak-offs, bro. It's a difference. And everybody went to them parties. Kobe got pictures with Diddy at the Diddy party. So it's the difference between the freak-offs. Why y'all coming for Kobe? I'm just saying, I'm not coming for him. I don't think Kobe did nothing wrong. I'm just saying, Kobe was at the party. Everybody was at the party. Damn, are you gonna have him back on your channel again anytime soon? Stop disrespecting the dead, my boy. I'm not disrespecting him. What you mean? He was at a party. He was at a Diddy party too. It's not disrespect. It's a fact. I didn't say he was doing nothing crazy. I don't think nothing was crazy was happening at them parties. Now the freak offs, yeah, I ain't disrespecting the dead. I'm just telling you who's at the party. Are you gonna have? Am I gonna have Kiefer back on? Well, I don't know. I had him on for 3 hours, bro. I can y'all see my live streams that I do? I got the whole live stream up on my channel. You put the live stream in. I'm not going to no party thrown by a known aggressive. Yo, man. Who said that, coach? They said they have evidence. Ain't nobody said that but Jaguar right, Jaguar left. In them conspiracy. Her and Orlando Brown said that. And I told you how I feel about Orlando Brown now. CNN ain't told you LeBron James was at no freak offs. It would have been on major news, cold truth. You know that. What's really up really with the LeBron hate? The dude doesn't get you know what it was, man. I told you, when LeBron came in the league and they was drawing comparisons to Michael Jordan, I think that automatically drew hate. You know what I'm saying? Because especially here in Chicago, this is a Jordan city. Even though I told you I don't never really feel connected to Michael Jordan. I got Jordan apparel though, because it's nice apparel. But I don't really feel connected to Michael Jordan. Because again, I wasn't living when he was winning them championships. You know what I'm saying? I was living. I was 5 when he won his last chip, 98, right? But that's the only one I remember. So I don't really have a connection to Michael Jordan like my pops and them do. You know what I mean? So, but really, a lot of people in Chicago do. So I think when they heard him getting compared to Michael Jordan, people automatically took offense to it. Like, what? They were really ready. They was ready to snap then. Like a comparison to Mike shouldn't garner this much hate. Like, it's weird to me. Chill out, it's just sports. Nah, bro, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. It's just sports for sure. But man, Michael Jordan's so revered. And I'm gonna say this too, man. If the boy wasn't good, Juice, this wouldn't even be no problem, bro. Not the boy, the man. The man is good. If he was trash, it wouldn't even be no thing. But because the man is very great at basketball, it get people really upset. Like, oh, but he ain't do this, he ain't do that. I got LeBron James as the second greatest basketball player to ever live behind Michael Jordan. Now, I don't have a problem if you got Kareem number 2. I don't got no problem with that. But I got LeBron at number 2, though. And I got Mike as number 1. Russell Wilson needs to keep doing it the rest of the season before you start saying he's back. Nah, I agree. That was one game. It was one game. He got to do it consistently. But he looked good that game, though, bro. After he came out looking bad at first, he came out looking struggling. He was struggling. Russell Wilson was. He looked good for the rest of the game, though. So I had to give him his props. LeBron was better than MJ to me. Now, I feel that. I get you. If LeBron didn't have the strength and height to bulldoze his way in the lane, he would be a below average player. Brother, if was a fifth, we'd all be drunk, cold truth. If I was 6'9", I would be in the league right now. Now I'm lying. I still got to be nice. But you know what I'm saying? If I was a millionaire, I wouldn't be making content. Now I'm lying. I'm joking too, because I still enjoy doing this for sure. But I'm like old girl on Set It Off. I need that money. Y'all know Kimberly Elite's character when she said that. I'm speaking to a skill. Now, LeBron is highly skilled, bro. Y'all, this myth that he don't got no bag has got to stop. You don't get 40,000 points just being athletic. Because if that's the case, why Vince Carter don't got it? Why Sean Kemp and them don't got it? Why all these high-flying, strong dudes don't got it? You don't get 40K being unskilled. That's a myth. People, they say he ain't got no bag and all that. I'm going to show you clips of him with a bag. Cooking your favorite dudes with a bag. You know what I'm saying? What makes you put MJ ahead of Bron? I would say the fact that Mike went 6 for 6 in NBA championships. I would say that, again, he never went to no game 7. And Bron, Bron, my dog, my favorite player, but that Dallas thing, that is definitely going to have him, people not putting him ahead of Mike because of the what happened in Dallas. But yeah, now he said, stop it. The top three, no matter the order, was always MJ, Bron, and Kareem until the moment Bean died and brothers tried to sneak him in it. Now Ruler's back. I ain't want to go there. You said it, not me. It's brothers that always had Kobe as number two. Because they like how he played in a similar like type of style of Michael Jordan. But I tell people, even though they had similar styles, Kobe was not as dominant as Michael Jordan, and people got to stop acting like it was close. No disrespect to Bean, though. No disrespect, but it was not close. Like they didn't display the same amount of dominance. Kobe got 5 chips and Mike got 6. But again, who was the Finals MVP on them first 3 chips? It was Big Diesel. Kobe got what, 1 league MVP? And if y'all want to give him the one with Steve Nash, okay, that's cool. That's 2 compared to Mike's 5 league MVPs, 5 times. People say Michael Jordan is head and shoulders above the rest of the competition 5 times. You know what I'm saying? No, I didn't say he wasn't dominant, bro. Kobe, he's dominant. He's not as dominant as Michael Jeffrey Jordan, though. I didn't say he wasn't. Bean was a dominant player, without question. Pantheon, great player. I think y'all hear when I say he not as dominant as Michael Jordan, y'all hearing he not dominant. He's a world. I told y'all, what you call it? Kobe Bryant is the second greatest difficult shot maker I've ever seen, behind Steph Curry. Kobe dominant. He's not dominant as Michael Jordan, though. Bryant is just as skilled as players that's played. Yeah, he's super skilled. I think people, again, they see because he's plays with brute strength and athleticism, people see it differently. Nah, Bronny should go to the G League, man, because that's where he gonna get the most minutes. He gonna get the most minutes on the G League team, not on the LA Lakers roster. And in order for him to get better, like I say, he need them reps. He need time on the court. If you see, he struggled throughout the preseason and the summer league until at the very end, after all of those minutes, after he played enough, the more reps he gets, the more he play better. So he gonna have to. That gonna get his confidence high. You know what I'm saying? I think his career is done low key. I'm gonna be real with you. His career ain't over with until LeBron James say, "Get my son." Until LeBron James lead the league, probably. You know what I'm saying? Like Bron got that type of clout and cachet. At least not this early. At least not this early. Now, when Bron leave, if Bronny's still playing, bad, then he gone with Bron. They called all LeBron's travels, he would lose like 25% of his point per game. Well, if they called James Harden travels, they would do the same thing for him. If they would have called Allen Iverson's palming, because he palmed the AI, my dude, he palmed the ball a lot. If they would have called all his palming, the palming calls, you see how we can do that, bro? We can do that for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? So, Ari Spears probably think John started. Yeah, Ari Spears is New York to the core. He probably think Patrick Ewing, the greatest center of all time. All these NBA dudes travel. All of them travel. Wilt Chamberlain doesn't pick MJ as the GOAT, and I think Wilt was better than MJ too. MJ and Kobe's footwork, top tier skills. Yeah, they had great footwork, for sure. But Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon had better footwork than both of them. Cold truth. Hakeem the Dream. Really? Lakers, Shaquille O'Neal, if he played today with how big and how many points? Boy, Shaq averaged about 30, 37 a game. 40 a game today. 40. Ain't nobody... No disrespect, man. Rudy Gobert is the defensive player of the year. Rudy Gobert ain't stopping no Shaq. Shaq was something different. Juice, you already know. Shaq putting dudes through the rim. Through the rim. Cold Truth, Charles Stabinsky. Charles Stabinsky. Candy, what's going on? Yeah, Olajuwon footwork crazy, boy. What? Dream the guy. Yeah, Dream was that dude. Charles Stabinsky. Yeah, Charles can't stand LeBron. That's why I told people, as much as he hate LeBron James, Charles make 50, Dreamers Pro make 50 LeBron James videos a month. 50. 50, 60 LeBron James video. He hate LeBron James so much, but LeBron James keep them lights on, baby. LeBron James keep them lights on. We need another Shaq to enter the league. We missing. Listen, now, Juice, remember when I told you they need to replace, they need another American talent to replace LeBron James. If we had a American dude like Shaquille O'Neal, over with. Yeah, we do need another Shaq for sure. We need another Shaq for sure, for sure. Charles Dubinsky. They saying Cooper Flag the next one. We gonna see. We have to look at him. They say he cold. I'm gonna check him out though. Mills, look at the difference with MJ fans' videos about Bron and Jordan compared to Bron fans. Look at the difference with MJ fan videos. All right, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I'm a LeBron, my dog, but I'm gonna give credit to Mike regardless. I ain't no hater. I don't like certain stuff Kobe Bryant did, but I ain't gonna never sit on here and tell you he ain't a Pantheon great player. You know what I'm saying? I ain't like certain stuff he did, but he a dog on that court. I ain't gonna never say he ain't that. I just don't think he better than LeBron James. But they say Durk was trying to hop on them flights. They say he was trying to hop on a flight, I heard. That's what I heard. Trying to go to another country. Italy, I heard. American Shaq. I can feel that. The best big man now. Oh, yeah, you need an American big to offset all them overseas bigs. And AD, my guy, but you need a big dude that's going, like somebody that's going, shake the rim. That's going to come through the lane like Big Diesel, knocking dudes on the floor. You need one of them big dude, dominant dudes. That'll really replace, because they need an American talent to replace LeBron James for the NBA to survive. I know people don't like hearing that, but you need another American talent to replace his star power. They have not replaced the star power of LeBron James yet. None of these dudes in the league right now got the same star power LeBron got. They're gonna have to try to figure that out. Because if not, I think the ratings are not going, they're gonna not be to where we want it to be. We got a lot of good players, really great players, but somebody with that same aura, man. Like, man, you need somebody with that type of aura to kind of like carry the league, man. That's why I like LeBron being the face of the league. It helped the NBA a lot. Like, they had somebody that no matter when if he in the finals, they gonna watch. You know what I'm saying? Overseas players play more fundamentally than Americans. Yeah, that's true. Well, a lot of them not as athletic as American players either, but it's 2 3-point century. It's either a 3 or a layup or a dunk. No mid-range game involved in today's game, really. Nobody got the mid-range. D-Rose the love the mid-range jumper. Sean, what my man name from Peoria, Illinois? What's my boy name, man? Sean Livingston. Sean Livingston used to have that mid-range was on. That was his spot, boy. Sean get to going to work mid-range. Everybody thought Zion was supposed to be the one to replace LeBron, but Zion kept getting hurt. And then Zion be running around there with them freaks a lot. He would have been all right, though, with them freaks. It's cool. He just keep getting hurt, really. A lot of dudes like them freaks. That ain't even it. Oh, I better knock my thing out the... You dig. The way we talk basketball now is like a game. So who can find the most dirt on a player? Zion was never going to be Bron. Nah, I don't think he was going to be Bron, but I think his charisma and the way he was packaged could have helped the star power. Like, he could have came close to the star power of a LeBron James. Had he been at like a little close, not exactly close, no, not because LeBron's stuff was his star power was different, but I think he could have came a little close. I wouldn't be surprised one bit if LeBron made a phone call to get Michelle fired. Yeah, but Michelle was never that entertaining though, bro. I think she got let go because of that. Because again, Skip Bayless been trashing LeBron James for years, but Skip ain't never lost his job because of LeBron. Because he was entertaining. So it didn't they didn't care, you know what I'm saying? But LeBron don't like Michelle Beadle though, because Michelle been talking crazy about LeBron for years. For years. Like she been the one female that's been against LeBron James. Michelle Beadle couldn't stand LeBron James. And you know, but I think Michelle would let go. I really don't think LeBron called nobody about her. Now, if she would have been, let's just say LeBron got a party, she ain't getting into LeBron party now. She got a party. If he got a party, she ain't getting into the party now. We know that, but Zion. Oh man. Raising Kanan back in it is back in December. I forgot about Kanan coming back in December. That's gonna be dope. Glad we're gonna have something to tune in to. When December hit and it's cold outside in Chicago and you want to eat some warm little chili or something, we got that Raising Kanan we could check out and we can all be entertained by it. So that'll be definitely cool. For sure. That'll be definitely cool. But hey y'all, so Pete, man, I appreciate y'all getting on with me. I'm about to the acting is better than writing and acting on Raising Kanan is better. It's the best on all of the shows. Hands down, Calvin. Without question, hands down. So yeah, I appreciate y'all tuning in with me. I'm about to make that Patreon video. The story that I can't tell on YouTube that I'm gonna put on Patreon. I'm about to make that right now. And then when it's finished, I'm going to put the link to the Patreon in the community tab and tell y'all to hit that link so y'all can check the video out. Again, I can't put the video on YouTube because I don't want to risk getting demonetized. It's a funny story. It's weird, but funny at the same time. So, but the way I tell it, I know I would get demonetized on YouTube. So y'all check out that video, man. I'm going to holler. All right, Joe. All right, Juice, man. I'm going to holler at you, bro. All right, feel I speak, so I'm going to holler at you, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Peace.